The year is 1911. The dawn of a new century brings with it a wave of change that sweeps across the vast untamed lands of the American West. The Wild West, once a lawless expanse of opportunity, is fading. The open plains and rugged landscapes that once promised freedom and adventure are now being transformed. The age of cowboys and outlaws is coming to a close. Towns are being tamed. The once bustling saloons and dusty streets are now giving way to a more orderly and structured way of life. The wilderness is being settled. Families are moving in, building homes and establishing communities where there was once only wild, untamed land. The iron grip of civilization is tightening. Railroads and telegraph lines are crisscrossing the landscape, bringing with them the promise of progress and the inevitability of change. In this changing world, the echoes of a bygone era still linger. The remnants of the past can still be found, hidden in the shadows of progress. Whispers of legendary outlaws and their daring exploits persist. Stories of bravery, rebellion, and lawlessness continue to captivate the imagination. But the romance of the Wild West is fading, replaced by the encroachment of modernity. The old ways are being overshadowed by new technologies and a different way of life. The open range is being fenced off. The vast open spaces that once symbolized freedom are now being divided and controlled. The sound of progress, the chug of locomotives, and the crackle of telegraph lines disrupts the once familiar silence. The landscape is alive with the noise of advancement. Amidst this backdrop of change and uncertainty, Red Dead Redemption unfolds. It is a tale set against the dying embers of the Wild West, where the old and new worlds collide. It is a story about the end of an era, a narrative that captures the essence of a time when the frontier spirit was being replaced by the march of progress. It is a story about the men and women who lived through this tumultuous time, their struggles, their dreams, and their resilience in the face of inevitable change. And it is a story about one man's struggle for redemption. A journey through a land caught between the past and the future, where the quest for personal salvation mirrors the transformation of the West itself. At the heart of this epic tale stands John Marston, a former outlaw who once roamed the wild frontier with a notorious gang. His face, etched with the lines of countless battles and hardships, tells a story of a man who has seen and done things most would never dare to imagine. Seeking to bury his past, John has traded the life of a gunslinger for a simple existence with his family. The farm, with its rolling fields and the laughter of his children, offers a stark contrast to the chaos and violence of his former life. Yet, despite the peace he has found, the shadows of his past linger, always threatening to resurface. He yearns for peace, for a chance to escape the shadow of his former life. The vast landscapes he gazes upon are both a reminder of the freedom he once had and the isolation he now feels. Fate, however, has other plans, and the tranquility he seeks remains just out of reach. When government agents threaten his family, John is forced back into the world he left behind. The confrontation is tense, filled with unspoken threats and the weight of past deeds. The agents, relentless and unforgiving, leave him no choice but to take up arms once more. Tasked with hunting down the remaining members of his old gang, he must confront the ghosts of his past. Each ride through the wilderness, each preparation of his weapons, is a step back into a life he thought he had left behind forever. The journey is fraught with danger, both from his old comrades and the memories that haunt him. John Marston is a man caught between two worlds. The crossroads he stands at are not just physical but symbolic of his internal struggle. He is torn between the man he wants to be and the man he once was, a conflict that is evident in every decision he makes. He is a relic of a bygone era, struggling to adapt to a changing world. The old western towns he once knew are now evolving, with modern changes encroaching on the life he was familiar with. This new world is both fascinating and alien to him, a constant reminder of the relentless march of time. He is a skilled gunslinger, haunted by the violence he has both inflicted and endured. Each gunfight is a brutal dance with death, a reminder of the skills he possesses and the life he has led. Yet in the quiet moments by the campfire, the weight of his actions bears down on him, filling him with a profound sense of regret and longing for redemption. And he is a man driven by a deep love for his family, willing to do whatever it takes to protect them. The embrace of his loved ones is his anchor, the reason he fights and endures. In their eyes, he finds the strength to face the challenges ahead, determined to secure a future free from the shadows of his past. Red Dead Redemption is a story about the struggle for redemption. Set against the backdrop of the dying Wild West, It captures the essence of a time when the old ways were giving way to the new. The protagonist, John Marston, is a former outlaw who is trying to leave his past behind and start anew. But the ghosts of his past are not so easily forgotten. John Marston's journey is a testament to the enduring power of the past. Every step he takes is haunted by memories of his former life and the people he once called friends. These memories are not just fleeting thoughts, they are vivid and ever-present, shaping his every decision and action. It explores the themes of guilt, forgiveness, and the price of freedom. John is constantly battling with his inner demons, trying to find a way to atone for his past misdeeds. The weight of his guilt is a heavy burden, but it is also what drives him forward, pushing him to seek forgiveness and redemption. As John hunts down his former comrades, he is forced to confront the consequences of his actions. Each encounter is a stark reminder of the life he once led, and the pain he caused. The shootouts and confrontations are not just physical battles, but also emotional and psychological ones. He encounters former victims of his gang's brutality. These meetings are often filled with tension and regret, as John is forced to face the people he has wronged. Their stories and suffering serve as a constant reminder of the man he used to be, and the man he is trying to become. He grapples with the guilt of his past sins. The solitude of the wilderness provides him with ample time for reflection, and he often finds himself lost in thought, contemplating the choices he has made. The reflection in the river is a metaphor for his inner turmoil, as he struggles to reconcile his past with his present. And he must come to terms with the fact that some wounds never truly heal. The physical scars are a constant reminder of his violent past, but the emotional scars run much deeper. They are a part of him, and he must learn to live with them, even as he seeks to move forward. Yet, amidst the darkness, there is also hope. The sunrise symbolizes a new beginning, a chance for redemption, and a better future. John's journey is not just about confronting his past, but also about finding a way to build a new life for himself and his family. John's love for his family fuels his determination to redeem himself. His wife and son are his anchor, providing him with the strength and motivation to keep going. Their love and support are a beacon of hope, guiding him through the darkest of times. He clings to the belief that he can build a better future, even if it means confronting the demons of his past. The journey is long and arduous, but John is determined to see it through. He knows that redemption is not easily won, but he is willing to fight for it, no matter the cost. Red Dead Redemption transports players to a vast and immersive open world. From the dusty plains of New Austin to the snow-capped peaks of West Elizabeth, the game world is teeming with life and detail. Players are free to explore this world at their own pace. They can engage in thrilling shootouts, hunt legendary animals, or simply soak in the atmosphere. The game's open world is not merely a backdrop for the story, it is a living, breathing world that begs to be explored. Whether you choose to follow the main storyline or forge your own path, Red Dead Redemption offers an unparalleled level of freedom and immersion. Section 5, Echoes of the Past. Honor and Morality in the West. Red Dead Redemption delves into the complexities of morality in a world without easy answers. The game features a dynamic honor system that reflects the player's choices and actions. Helping those in need, upholding the law, and showing mercy all contribute to a higher honor rating. Conversely, acts of violence, theft, and cruelty lower John's standing in the eyes of others. This dynamic system adds a layer of depth to the gameplay experience. It encourages players to consider the consequences of their actions, and to define their own version of justice in a morally ambiguous world. Section 6. Gunslinging and Showdowns, Combat and Encounters. Combat in Red Dead Redemption is a visceral and thrilling experience. From tense standoffs to explosive shootouts, the game captures the danger and excitement of the Wild West. John Marston is a skilled gunslinger, proficient with a variety of weapons. Players can wield revolvers, rifles, shotguns, and even dynamite. The game's dead-eye targeting system allows players to slow down time and unleash a barrage of precise shots. Beyond shootouts, Red Dead Redemption features a variety of other gameplay mechanics. Players can engage in horseback chases, fistfights, and even poker games. The game's diverse range of activities ensures that there is never a dull moment. Section 7. A Legacy Forged. Critical Reception and Impact. Upon its release, Red Dead Redemption was met with widespread critical acclaim. Critics and players alike praised the game's gripping story, immersive open world, and memorable characters. The game's impact on the gaming industry was undeniable. It set a new standard for open-world storytelling and character development. It proved that video games could be more than just entertainment. They could be powerful vehicles for emotional storytelling. Red Dead Redemption's legacy extends beyond its critical success. It spawned a beloved sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, which further expanded upon the world and characters introduced in the original game. Section 8. The enduring appeal of Red Dead Redemption. What is it about Red Dead Redemption that continues to resonate with players years after its release? Perhaps it is the game's evocative setting, the dying days of the Wild West. Perhaps it is the compelling story of John Marston, a man seeking redemption for his past sins. Or perhaps it is the game's open world, a vast and immersive playground where players can lose themselves for hours on end. Whatever the reason, Red Dead Redemption remains a timeless classic, a testament to the power of video games to transport us to other worlds and tell unforgettable stories. Section 9. A Timeless Tale. Red Dead Redemption's place in gaming history. Red Dead Redemption is more than just a video game. It is a modern Western epic, a story about the end of an era and the men and women who lived through it. It is a game that will stay with you long after you put down the controller. Its impact on the gaming industry is undeniable. It raised the bar for storytelling, character development, and open-world design. It proved that video games could be art, and it left an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of players worldwide.